With the advent of the lightweight four-strokes that we now have, it's given us the ability to be able to put two engines on the back of a boat, which would traditionally, a boat of this sort of size, between 7 and 8 metres, you'd probably usually have one single bigger horsepower engine, a 250 or a 300 as the case may be. Guys like to put a lot more gear on them, so they're getting heavier. So having, again, two engines, two lots of torque, two propellers in the water, it gives you the ability to get on the plane easier, and also it can be quite often be more economic. Specifically in this kind of application where you're doing a lot of game fishing, to manoeuvre onto a fish with a single engine, unless you've got a bow thruster, you're still relying on the thrust of the engine and the direction you're steering it. Whereas with twin engines, you can actually split them forward and reverse, which will virtually spin the boat within its own length. What you can do is, because you're only trolling at sort of 7-8 knots, you can actually shut one engine down and just troll on one engine. And the idea is to alternate the engines during the day to keep the hours in sync. But what it does is, obviously, it's a smaller engine for a start, so you're potentially using less fuel. It's also less wear and tear. Worst case scenario, if something should go wrong, you've still got one engine to get you home, and you can go either way very easily. So it gives you more manoeuvrability, whether it's coming up on a fish, whether it's coming alongside the dock, or even manoeuvring onto the trailer in a bit of a crosswind or a cross current. You can just give a bit of a tweak with one engine and it will pull it back into line, and you can easily do what you're trying to do. Probably the only slight downside to it is you do have two sets of maintenance costs. You're obviously maintaining two engines, but the benefits far outweigh it. The torque comes from the engine, and again with this particular engine, it's a 2.1 litre engine, so it's a big capacity. It's the biggest capacity in its class. So it's the torque, but also the combination with the command thrust gearbox and the bigger diameter propellers, again gives you that get up and go. And also, again, having two propellers in the water, you're getting double the push.
We really enjoy the advantages that a twin rig has given us on our Extreme 745.